Pirates were way more horrifying than what you learned, and were the worst group to run into. But why? First off, pirates would never let you leave. They would target merchant ships, and once they spotted you, they would constantly follow you. And since pirate ships were much faster than normal ones, they would slowly catch up to you no matter how far you were. Pirates were also known to use psychological tricks as they caught up, where famous pirates like Blackbeard would put fuses in his beard to look like a demon chasing after you. You would also hear their chants growing louder and louder as they inched closer. But if you did somehow outrun the pirates, they would trick you instead, having other ships disguised as your allies coming up to you, matching your flag, giving you a false sense of hope, then ambushing you out of nowhere. But it gets worse once they get on, because pirate ships typically had 2 times the amount of people easily able to outnumber you, first shooting their weapons at you, disorientating everyone on board and creating a giant smokescreen, then grappling your ship and pulling you in with no escape, where hundreds of our men would then jump and board onto your ship, taking everyone hostage, where your only option is to surrender, letting them take everything and possibly making you a slave, or fighting back and most likely losing your life. Excuse me, who are you and what do you do for a living?
I'm a Greenland shark and parasites eat my eyes for a living.
Ooh. Okay, anyways, first question, where do you live?
Right here, in the Arctic Midnight Zone, 7,000 feet down where the sun doesn't shine and the water is freezing.
Cool, man. So how do you eat down here?
Follow me.
Oh, sure. You slowing down for something?
We can only swim around 0.5 mile per hour, about as fast as a Roomba vacuum.
Oh yeah, we could take it slow then. Anyways, next question. Do you have any friends or family that you hang out with?
What's that?
Okay, so what do you do for fun down here?
I like to count the parasites in my eyes. Yesterday I hit a record of 4.
That sounds pretty fun.
Oh, and here's the food you asked about before.
Oh, what's that?
Carrion. Basically just a rotting body.
Looks good. Alright, anyways, last question. How many years have you been doing this for? I'm guessing you're in your mid-40s or something like that.
More.
50s?
More.
60s?
More.
70s?
I'm 400 years old.
Did you know that crows can hold a grudge against you for your entire life? Because if you ever try to hurt or attack a crow, they can actually remember your face. Where if they ever see you again, they're able to instantly recognize you as a threat. But it doesn't stop there, as crows are extremely communicative, and will go as far as telling the rest of its flock to remember your face as well. Also passing down their grudge against you to their babies. So even after the crow you taunted dies, other generations of crows will continue to have this grudge against you, where they're known to do things like loudly squawk at you non-stop, constantly shadowing over you just watching, or rarely they'll swoop down at you, making sure they never forget what you did.
Hey, you see that guy over there?
Yeah?
We hate him.
Huh? What? Why?
Rich's birthday party, 09. He did us dirty.
That's like 17 years ago. How do you even remember that?
We hold grudges for years.
Well, what did he do?
He threw a pine cone at me when I was trying to eat.
What? I mean, that's pretty bad, but 17 years is kind of crazy, huh?
For the next 7 generations, you will teach your children, your children's children, your children's children's children. When you see this man, you will dive bomb, steal, peck, and take his wife. Never forget.
That guy. Whoa, what did you tell him?
Shh. Now show him what you're made of, boy.
Dive bomb, People are saying you're the most dangerous shrimp in the ocean. Can I ask you a few questions?
Go for it.
Who do you go by?
Pistol shrimp.
And what do you do for a living?
I shoot for a living.
Damn! Okay, first question, how did you do that?
With this oversized claw right here, has a built-in mechanism that snaps real fast.
And that kills things?
Yeah, I can show you. Follow me.
Oh, sure. Okay, well, as we swim, do you get along with other pistol shrimp out here?
Not really. We often get into shootouts over territory and stuff like that.
Seriously?
Yeah, I had to kill a man to get that little rock cut over there.
Oh, dang. So I heard you guys are one of the loudest animals on Earth. Is that true?
Yeah, when we shoot, it can reach up to 218 decibels louder than a jet engine.
Actually?
Yeah, apparently it messes with Navy sonars and stuff.
That's crazy. Okay, one more thing. How does your claw actually kill? Because I know it snaps fast, but like how?
Basically, my claw has a plunger inside that snaps so fast it creates a cavitation bubble with only vapor inside. The pressure around the bubble is so strong it almost gets as hot as the surface of the sun.
What?
Then collapses, creating a shockwave that kills my prey.
That's just ridiculous.
Oh, and you see that crab over there?
Bring him in the interview.
Oh, sure, why not? Hey buddy, how you doing? What's your name for the interview?
Oh, hey, my name is...
These are 10 weird things you didn't know about Socrates. Firstly, he was considered extremely annoying, known to constantly walk around public and approaching random people in the street and intensely questioning their knowledge, often exposing them for being wrong, which made many people in Athens hate him. Next, he would sometimes turn into a statue. It's reported Socrates would randomly freeze, standing in place for multiple hours, all throughout day and night just thinking, where crowds of people and even soldiers would form around him, simply watching. But he gets weirder. He was almost always barefoot, even in winter, wore the same basic clothes every day, and didn't care about money at all, often refusing to take payments and lived extremely cheap. Not even working a job for the last 2 decades of his life, spending all of his time debating philosophy. And he doesn't stop there. He would publicly humiliate powerful politicians in debates so often that he began drawing in crowds and gaining tons of influence, becoming such a problem that he was eventually jailed and sentenced to execution for supposedly corrupting the youth. But the most insane is that Socrates could have escaped. Many friends and even corrupt insiders offered to help him escape the execution, but he refused because he believed escaping would go against all of his beliefs. And on the day of execution, he stayed completely calm, drinking the poison and discussed philosophy with his friends as it slowly paralyzed his body until he finally collapsed. How did this cat survive a sinking ship, then another, and another, every time it should have died? It all began during a World War II naval attack on a German battleship with a stray cat on board. A critical part of the ship being struck, sinking in the middle of the Atlantic, killing 2,000 soldiers, only leaving 115 survivors. But somehow, the cat survived, clinging onto a piece of wood rescued by British sailors. And this was only the beginning. They took the cat on their own ship with food, shelter, and even named him Oscar. Everything was perfect. Until suddenly, the ship was torpedoed by a German U-boat. A massive explosion ripped through the ship, killing 150 soldiers instantly. But against all odds, Oscar survived, eventually being moved to a safer ship this time. Back to being a mascot with food and shelter, nothing could go wrong. Then out of nowhere, another German U-boat torpedoed the ship, ripping a hole through it. Everyone forced to quickly evacuate, but this time, Oscar wasn't spotted. The ship fully sinking with no sign of the cat. The rescuers searched the wreckage, finding nothing. But then in the distance, clinging onto a small piece of wood once again, was Oscar, according to the legend, earning the new name Unsinkable Sam. Did you know that this man saved your life and you probably didn't even know his name? It all started in 1983 during the Cold War. A Soviet officer named Stanislav Petrov was on duty inside of a nuclear bunker. His job was simple: watch for incoming nuclear attacks from the US. Night after night, he would pretty much just stare at screens, waiting for nothing to happen. All until one night, when suddenly emergency alarms started blaring. Petrov quickly checked his computer and noticed there was a nuclear missile from the US coming straight towards Soviet territory. Then a few seconds later, 2, 3, 4, 5 missiles were now about to hit the Soviets. All Petrov had to do now was make a call to higher command, but this one decision could literally destroy the world. You see, if he called stating there was a nuclear attack, the Soviets would likely send missiles back at the US immediately in retaliation, which would not only cause destruction, but could be the start of World War III. The computer said the attack was real and a high confidence alert, but Petrov had a gut feeling something was off. He questioned why the US would only send 5 missiles during a nuclear attack, knowing it would be hundreds. And also remember, the computer system he was using was brand new. Despite the pressure and the fact that he could be at fault for disaster, Petrov did call, but claimed the attack was a false alarm, trusting his human judgment over the machine. Everyone inside the bunker sat in silence, knowing they could die at any moment if he was wrong. But as minutes passed, something strange was happening. The missiles weren't showing up on the radar, only on the computer. The missiles should have hit by now, but nothing was happening. Because what none of them knew is that sunlight had reflected off high-altitude clouds and tricked satellites into alerting. It was never a real attack, making Petrov's decision one that saved millions of lives.